Hey everybody, this is Custom Cez from Roma Custom Bike. As promised, we're taking down the engine from my 1991 Softail. Here is my friend Luca.
Hi everybody.
He came to give me a hand and bring his expertise and his skills. We're gonna get started right now. Enjoy! After 20 years on the road, it was about time to redo the engine, not only for the aesthetics, but for technical reasons as well. I had noticed some leakage at the base of the cylinder, clear indication of gasket failure, as well as on the pipe manifold. I was hesitant at first. Last time I worked on an engine, I was about 16 when I installed a 160cc engine on my Honda NS 125. Shit, I'm old. Luckily enough, Luca volunteered to help, and he has taken many engines down, and most importantly, he has managed to put them back on. The carburetor came out easily. We took out the throttle cable, choke line, and gas lines. The cool stuff was yet to come though. I don't deny that I was a bit worried when I started to take apart the first actual engine screw. After all, if anything happens, I can always blame it on Luca. We soon had to confront ourselves with some of the ingenious inventions from the engineers in Milwaukee, like the hole on the frame to access one of the screws on the rocker cover. Luckily, Luca brought over some of his tools.
Check your place in history and what you're doing. Let the people go wherever is they're going.
We also removed the gas tank support, making sure to reassemble any screws to the corresponding parts. We're such knuckleheads that we'll probably forget what's what later. Una cosa fondamentale è mettere via tutte le viti e usare scotch carta o Tupperware, contenitori di plastica, per classificarle, così che poi al momento del reassembly sia tutto disponibile e non ci perdiamo niente. The rocker covers came out with no problems. Please note that they came out in two parts, otherwise they won't fit between the heads and the frame. Right after, we started tackling the heads. And finally, some practical use for years of weight training. Luca needs to come lift some iron with me though. The top engine bracket also came out with no issues.
Perché poi stiamo tutto di là.
Sì. Okay. As soon as we started taking out the head screws, we got into some trouble. 20 years of crap and thread locks made their presence known. We managed to shatter a wrench right away. But with a bit of manhandling, the rocker box and the push rods were finally persuaded to come apart. Mainly thanks to the valuable contribution of little D-Dog that, still in his PJs, came out to help his daddy. I don't know if you have noticed, but for the last few minutes we haven't had even one detail shot.
What?
Our second camera, well, maybe I'm pushing it, our second camera is actually my iPhone. Anyway, when it was all said and done, we realized that we were missing a bunch of footage from the iPhone.
As you can see, I'm the one doing the shooting. Alright, that's the exact moment that I hit the rec button. At the end of the clip, it's me hitting the stop button. Then all I have to do is to take the footage from the camera and move it to the computer. But in this case, poof! It's gone. It's disappeared.
My husband, when he can't find something, he always asks me for stuff that I have no idea where it could possibly be or what it even is. How am I supposed to know?
Poof!
We continue to take the heads apart without too much hassle. I can't ignore the fact that the size of my shop doesn't make for easy and comfortable work. But we ain't no American chopper over here. We need Paul Senior. Hey, do you know anybody with some handlebar mustache? Everything was going smoothly until Polsky Rage arrived.
Oh, bella.
This was the moment of truth. We finally could take a glimpse at a piece of bike that had been hidden for the past 20 years, the Combustion Chamber. With all the sediments that tell the story of billions of explosions and their main role in the astonishing dance that is the 4-stroke engine.
Yo, Chaz, cut the shit, would you?
We managed to release the cylinder too. And I've got to say, the inside looked so much better than the outside. Then it's time for the back head and the cylinder to come off. As well as my finger, apparently. The extraction of the rear cylinder was a bit tricky though, because of the tight space between the retainer and the frame. But with a little bit of a group effort, we managed. Perfetto. È nato. È masculo fu! As soon as I turn around, Luca starts immediately to play with the pistons.
Ole.
Yo, dude, it ain't a toy! Then I realized he was just trying to check if there was any play between the pistons, the rods and the flywheel.
Allora Cesare, dobbiamo capire se c'è gioco all'asse d'accoppiamento.
If there is any play, we're gonna be forced to take everything down. Please make it okay, please.
Quindi bisogna prendere le bielle, pistoni insieme e fare un movimento verticale.
Ok.
Per capire se c'è gioco sull'asse d'accoppiamento.
Ok.
Da quello che vedo non c'è gioco.
Bene. Quindi questa è una buona notizia.
Questa è una buona notizia, sì.
Alright.
Sicuramente.
Perfetto.
Questo è fermo.
Awesome! We just saved about $1,000 in parts, you know, once you open.
Allora Cesare, adesso dobbiamo coprire con della carta Scottex l'imboccatura dei pistoni.
Ok.
Affinché non vada tutta questa polvere all'interno del basamento.
Ok. Straccio no, eh?
No, io direi carta.
Ah, proprio carta? Ok, fammela prendere. Discount paper towel. Not only to keep your ass clean.
Buone, sì.
Ok. Now we only have the pistons left to remove. By now we are exhausted, wet with sweat.
Ecco, signor chirurgo.
Today has got to be in the hundreds over here. Of course, the piston pins had to put up a bit of fight.
No, deve sfilare piano, secondo me. Basta.
We finally have a couple of new ashtrays for the shop. But first, they need a good cleaning. Finally, everything has been taken apart. The engine bottom half is in good condition, and that's great news. And on my workbench I've got about 7,000 pieces that at one point I will have to put back together. Not too shabby for one day's work. Alright y'all, so we did everything we needed to do. We took down the cylinders, the heads, the pistons. What we're gonna do now is bring the cylinders to get bored. We're gonna order new pistons, new gaskets, new pins, retaining majiggy thing for the piston, everything new that we're supposed to get. I'm gonna post a link that is gonna have all the parts that need to be changed every time you replace these parts. I'm drawing it from the list suggested by the Climber shop manual. So I have to thank Polsky Rage that came right at the end, Monday morning quarterback, right? To give us a hand, but especially a thank to Luca. He really came through for us, and I think it was a good day.